everybody, Fantasticairy here, back with another video. And this week's video I decided to continue my journey in painting the little tiny treasures of the forest. I've been picking up more and more things as I walk through the snow, and I found some interesting ones that I wanted to continue to paint. So today we're just going to be painting some more tiny textures. This video is just going to be parts of different textures that I'm painting, like dotting in these parts of the leaf that I'm detailing, using my fine liner brush to paint in the little vines or veins of the leaf. I was playing a lot with different colors as well, deviating from my original reference, just to make things a little bit more interesting. These leaves that I found were very interesting. They had little spiky edges that were very fun to recreate with watercolor. As I layer in my textures and my colors, it's really about trusting the process, experimenting with different shapes and different brush techniques to create interesting textures. Just like on this leaf, I'm creating even tinier little veins, or this little kind of webbing texture on the surface, quickly and gently painting in tiny little lines. I've also been interested in these little sticks and the little bark that is on them. If you look really close at things like this, you can find really interesting details. So I use my 02 round brush here, which I use for the majority of this painting, to line in some lines and textures that I recreated with my own sense of what I wanted my painting to look like. Even getting experimental and adding in some blue. I thought the blue was an interesting color to add on top of the other colors. And then once I have my first layer of textures down, I like to go in and contrast a little bit darker, defining more of the edge of the reference and just the tiny textures, making them pop a little bit more. I'm always careful with how I paint a composition or illustration. I don't want it to look the same throughout, and I want to leave blank spaces of no texture or negative spaces. My favorite of all the little things I found were these tiny little pine cones. At least I believe they're tiny little pine cones. Their shapes and colors were really pretty, and recreating them was a little tricky, even though they're very small and there's not much to paint. But if you look really close, you actually find that there is a lot of little details that are easily missed. Using my 02 round brush, I'm kind of just trying to recreate that shape and my own kind of image in a more stylistic look. Not necessarily aiming for realistic, but again more stylized and conceptual. And the process is really just a lot of layering, taking your time, observing your reference, and kind of having fun with it. From this point on, I'm going to let you guys enjoy the final reveal with some music, and I'll see you at the end for the end result. I do really enjoy how the colors turned out, especially with the leaves. I added in some blues, also some reds and some greens. I feel like that made it a little bit more interesting, as well as adding in some of those tones to the other tiny things I was painting as well. I've been obsessed with painting textures lately, and I don't think that trend is going to stop anytime soon. But for now, I think I'm going to follow this path of painting more textures, these tiny things I find in the snow, just until all the snow melts. It's still very winter here, and I can't wait for spring. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate all the comments down below and all the support. You can find me on the social medias and the links in the descriptions below, as well as my print shop, where you can purchase some of the illustrations I've painted thus far. I aim to upload videos every Friday. Sometimes life gets busy and I will miss a Friday, but for now I'm trying to stick to every Friday upload. Alright, that's about it. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye!
Across the sky can surely take your body to a new place for a while, but some things stay no matter